read and record activity, undoubtedly. This is the best technological tool. You can talk to ChatGPT for the perfect pronunciation. You can take help from it because, again, I told you that English is a language of pronunciation. I am a good speaker, but I am pronouncing most of the words wrong. You won't be interested in listening to me, right?
Mm.
So English is all about accent. Most of the people nowadays they are following fake accents, which is again very irritable. So don't fall for it. Fall for if you want to learn this language, just go for neutral accent. Listen to podcast on the regular basis. Whenever I'm sipping my tea in the morning, I always make a point not to scroll through reels or Instagram or any social media. I
Mm.
just listen to podcast,
Oh, wow.
right? I listen to podcast. When I listen to podcast, I again make it a point of listening to native speakers only
Mm.
because this language is not our language. It is a foreign language for us.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Hope you all are great. And today I have a very special guest with me. She is none other than Ritu Pathak ma'am. So she's someone who is pro in spoken English language, and together we will share her journey, her hobbies, her challenges, and of course her best tips to help all of you. So let's welcome our guest Ritu Pathak ma'am. So before we dive in, I would like to introduce myself as well for the viewers who are watching me for the very first time. So my name is Rashmi and I come from a beautiful state of Uttar Pradesh. By profession, I am a teacher and I hold a master's degree. I'm also a proud mother of two kids. Along with that, I run this YouTube channel with a single motto or purpose to help students, to help people who are seeking for a platform to learn this language. And in that process, I have also learned a lot. And I'm also striving to become an advanced English speaker. And through this process, I also discovered learning is most beautiful when it is shared. So, for my hobbies, I would like to share like I love to read books, listening to music, and connecting with people from different background and culture. And I also love to travel to beautiful places, visit there, knowing their culture. So these are the few things about me. So let's welcome our guest, and I want to tell about her. She is a public speaker. She's pro in this language, and she has mastered this language by herself. So today you will get so many tips from Ritu Pathak ma'am, and which will definitely help you to rectify and to learn those tricks and tips which you are looking for. So watch the video till the end, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. So let's dive in. Friends, I asked Ritu ma'am this question, and you see what she answered. My question was how she learned English, and she is a public speaker. So, when we are on a platform which is full of people and there are the thousands of the audience, sometimes we just hesitate and our legs start trembling. Then, how she learned that technique to engage such a big crowd, and how she get that confidence in public speaking, and what are those things which you could also acquire in order to be a good public speaker. So this is something which is very close to my heart, and I also wanted to achieve that milestone in my life. So let's listen her answer.
Myself, I tried to relate that topic. The topic was empathy. She asked me, Meenu Puri ma'am also asked me what was the topic actually. So the topic was empathy. I selected two candidates from the audience and I gave them role play. So, what was the mindset? Slowly and gradually, I made them feel as if I am also a part of the audience.
Mhm.
This is the kind of connection you need with your audience. Your audience mustn't feel as if they are out of place or whatever you are speaking. You must remember, you must keep in mind what is the standard of your audience,
Mm.
what they want. It is not about what you want.
Yes.
Public speaking is all about your audience.
What
I
else?
have seen many YouTubers, I have seen many podcasters who can speak so well.
Mm.
Still, nobody wants to listen to them.
Mm.
Maybe they are blowing their own trumpet. That may be
Yes.
the one of the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So public speaking is all about your audience, what they love, what they want to hear. If you are going out of line, they won't give you that kind of response which you
Mm.
actually want from them. So this is, I have noticed over years, still overcoming that kind of factor. So basically, before hitting the stage, you need to know your audience. You need to know the class of the audience. You need to know the age group of your audience,
Audience.
which can prove a milestone in your journey. For example, if you are in a school, if
Mm.
you are invited in a school for giving a speech or for a particular seminar,
Mm.
so the students, their age is, if their age is from 8 years to 14 years, you must come up with funny stories to make your message clear.
Mm.
Right? If I'm using C2 level vocabulary, they may not be understanding anything.
Right.
Either they would be sleeping or looking here and there.
Mm.
So there is no point of being a public speaker if you are not carrying this concept in my life. So
Mm.
Rashmi, as you asked that to be a public speaker, you need to create first of all the bond with
Mm.
your audience. All the other things are
The
secondary.
secondary. Yes, ma'am. I think you just shared very nice technique. You should know first your audience. That is something important because accordingly you are just going to speak and they can establish that connection with you. So I will always remember this, ma'am. Thank you so much for that. And I have also learned from that video which you have talked with Minupuri ma'am. Like you have also struggled initially in your initial days with learning this language. So how you overcome that fear of speaking and how you mastered this language.
To be very honest, still learning, still committing lot of mistakes. I never took my mistakes as hamper, right? If I commit a mistake, I take it as an opportunity to learn something new. First of all, nobody can be perfect. This we have to keep in mind, no matter what.
Mm.
Second important thing, the situation which you are talking about was definitely conundrum, and everything clashed
Mm.
because the teachers, I don't know that what happened that day, maybe that was a sign for my future. The almighty wanted to give me a red flag so that I can pave the way
Mm.
of my journey. So I was very sad. My father told me, he asked me why I am sad. So I told him very politely that the teacher so and so she bullied me in that way.
Mm.
Moreover, the students were laughing, so it didn't go well down with me. So he said that it is only a piece of cake. This problem is not a rocket science. See, if it is your mindset.
Mm.
And that day I learned one important thing, which I also shared in many videos, which I have felt also many a times. It is your mindset that is the game changer.
Mm.
If you are feeling sad, sometimes it happened with me. For example, I'm not in a mood to have a session. I found myself, to be very honest, not to speaking that kind of language, this English, so efficiently,
Mm.
because at the back of my head, something else is working. So
Mm.
you need to, whatever is happening in your life, life is already full of ups and downs. We can't change that. We can't ignore, right? We can't brush off the fact even that if we are leading this life, we may not come across any kind of problem. Life itself is synonymous to problem. It will happen. What is your mindset? That is very important. So I have learned that day, yet your mindset is the game changer.
Mm.
Even though you are not feeling well, even though you are not uh, playing a fair play, but your mindset is solid. You can overcome any challenge. So my father told me that you have books because I was in English school.
Mm.
So that was the plus point in those days. I had to read lot of books and all the books except Hindi and Sanskrit, all the subjects were in English,
Mm.
history, civics, geography. right? So my father told me that why don't you start reading the books? I was not into books. Uh, and I mean, I read books. Nowadays, I am an avid reader. You can consider me like that. In those days, books were not a source of happiness for
Mm.
me.
Mm.
But I took that advice very seriously, and now I am here in front of you because definitely books are not only the plethora of knowledge, it is the easiest escape also
Mm.
from the world.
Yes.
So I delved deep down into this bookish, you can say, world. I love the world. Everything was clear, no confusion, and no perplexity. Then, slowly and gradually, I realized that is my inner strength. Let me consider this as my future. So then I didn't look back.
Mm.
In my 12th standard, I got my first job. As soon as I passed my 12th standard, I got my first job. I earned 1000 rupees per month. That was a big amount in those days, right? Today, 1000 is a petty amount, it's a trivial amount nowadays. But in those days, money was not important. What was important, that confidence that I built over time because of my father.
Mm.
He told me, see, everything is possible. It is your mindset. If you have not only thought, but you repeat
Mm.
over and again, I am not capable. I am not capable. 16th time, when you say, after repeating the same statement for 15 times, 16th time, you won't be capable. Never say that. This is called affirmation, manifestation, whatever name we can give. But to make those manifestations come true, you need to act accordingly.
Mm.
If on the daily basis I say I wake up in the morning, right? I
Mm.
am full of beans in the morning, and I always repeat, I am the best speaker, public speaker of the world. I'm
Mhm.
not acting in that direction.
Mhm.
Things won't change. I need to work accordingly. Just as I got your message, I grabbed the opportunity, right? So, for everybody who is listening to this session, to this podcast, must understand the value of opportunities. Don't be procrastinators, right? Opportunities never knocks your door twice. This is for sure. So, these are my personal experiences, which are helping me even today to go ahead in my life.
Wow,
No
ma'am.
matter how much tired I am, if I have to take session, I will be there at the right time, and I'm very disciplined in my personal life. If I have given time today, I'm sorry because of some technical
Oh, ma'am,
issues.
still you are here. I was just thinking maybe because of maybe we are women, we know something is very important at our disposal sometimes. So you can't just avoid it. So I was just thinking, ma'am won't be here maybe, but you just shown up. So it is showing whatever you are saying. So resonating with that only.
Yes. And third point that you have put it right here, though not knowingly, unknowingly, you put to show up.
Mm.
To show up on the regular basis is very important. People don't understand the value of this. Everybody is craving for success,
Mm.
persistence, and to be consistent. Both are important, right? Don't stop yourself from showing up either for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Practice this language on the regular basis. People, they start their journey with full vigor, with full energy.
Mm.
Slowly
Yes.
and gradually, it started making their mind to quit or throw in the towel.
Mm.
This is not going to happen. Don't worry about the success. Why we fail? The simplest formula why we fail, because we are thinking of success, not
Mm.
the steps that we need to take.
Mm. So I
If
think,
I want
ma'am,
to
you're
become
right.
a good teacher,
Mm. So,
if
ma'am,
I
as
want to
you
become a good teacher,
uh,
sorry.
as you explained here, the expectation, I also truly believe whenever you are just attach yourself with the expectation, what I'm doing, I'm just going to master this language within 3 months, within 4 months, within 6 months, and you are not able to complete that in that time when it happens. That time you just become like, oh my God, why it is going with me? Only I am not the developing or growing. Everybody is growing, everybody is learning, mastering this language. So I think you should not uh, expect like false expectations with you. You should be very true to yourself, like this is a language which is not native language to us. So we are learning a different language. So maybe you can't have that result in that particular time. But if you are, just like you mentioned, being shown up every day, and you are just disciplined, and you are quite dedicated, and you have that consistency to maintain it, then you are definitely going to achieve that. Maybe 1 year, 2 year, but you are going to achieve that. That is something I completely agree with that, ma'am. So, ma'am, I just like to ask you one more thing. Um, as we are talking here, like good communicator, we know that something is like few people are just mastering this language, becoming good communicator. Few are just wanting to good speaker. Is there is any difference between good communicator and good speaker? How do you understand about it? How do you differentiate it?
Again, the same thing that I have already shared. Your connection is very important,
Hmm.
right? Whatever you are speaking, you must speak from your heart, not from your mind. First important thing. If you want to be a good communicator, relate with your own personal life. Your audience loves to hear stories. They want real stories, right? Not fake one.
Hmm.
Nowadays, because of chat GPT or AI, whatever, we have so many technologies at fingertips, right? So we are just not brushing on our skills, but we are serving something which can be considered as fake.
Hmm.
People don't love fake,
Hmm.
neither fake accent nor fake pronunciation.
Hmm.
English is a very beautiful language, and English is known worldwide because of its accent and pronunciation. For
Hmm.
me, English is something that is a definition for smartness. Like most of the people, when they speak English, they
Hmm.
want to sound smart, they want to appear smart, they want to be great in their own perspective.
Hmm.
So that is my opinion. So to be a good communicator, communicator means to commute, right? So when you communicate with others, they must understand their point of view. If I'm communicating with you and I make a point to use only C2 level words,
Hmm.
you are not getting any word, right?
Hmm.
You need to Google after every second. That is not a sign of good communicator.
Hmm.
So to communicate, to be a speaker, you need connection. That is very important. And for that, you need to work on that. You need to understand the needs of your listeners.
Hmm.
That is very important.
Okay. So I think whatever I have understood, it's like good communicator is almost good speaker, and they are knowing what I have to deliver according to my audience. If whatever I'm saying, I'm very good speaker. Maybe I could be a good speaker, but I could be good communicator when I'm knowing my people who are listening to me. So this is something now when you are able
Yes.
to communicate your idea well according to your audience, then you're a good communicator. But you could be a good speaker, but it is not necessarily equally important. You are a good communicator as well.
Rightly
Is
said.
it something like that, ma'am? I'm getting a call, ma'am, actually. Okay. So, ma'am, I have also jotted down few questions from for you. Like, what kind of methods which you are also nowadays trying to improve your English, as you are already mentioned, you are learning. We all are students, ma'am. So, whichever you just want to share to our audience, and that they can get benefit from that.
Read and record activity, undoubtedly. This is the best technological tool. You can talk to chat gpt for the perfect pronunciation. You can take help from it, because again, I told you that English is a language of pronunciation. I am a good speaker, but I am pronouncing most of the words wrong. You won't be interested in listening to me, right?
Mm.
So English is all about accent. Most of the people nowadays, they are following fake accents, which is again very irritable. So don't fall for it. Fall for, if you want to learn this language, just go for neutral accent. Listen to podcast on the regular basis. Whenever I'm sipping my tea in the morning, I always make a point not to scroll through reels or Instagram or any social media. I
Mm.
just listen to podcast,
Oh, wow.
right? I listen to podcast. When I listen to podcast, I again make it a point of listening to native speakers only.
Mm.
because this language is not our language. It is a foreign language for us. So out of 24 hours, we are already using 14 to 16 hours in speaking our language. So for the rest of the time, we can at least listen this language so that our mind, our brain can reprogram everything, every information in this language. So read and record activity.
Mm. Okay, ma'am. So this is something you have shared very nicely, ma'am. I think this is also one can understand like that. Listening practice we're talking about. You should listen. You should immerse yourself, surround yourself with this language, so that your brain have enough time to learn this language to be conditioned accordingly. So, ma'am, as I have also now very carefully and mindfully learning this language and listening, actually whatever I'm reading, I'm listening, I just focus on everything like, okay, this should be said like this should be read like this. But sometimes we all have some. I am finding you as a you don't have any mother tongue influence, but I have seen even I have a mother tongue influence in my speaking style. So I would like to ask you how to overcome that, and because of that, few people just start faking, like starting to fake their and copying those fake accents. So they just don't want to sound like a native speaker, like Indian speakers or our Indian accent. So to avoid that, I was also thinking like that maybe I should change my accent because I love my accent, but I don't want that mother tongue influence. People just go, oh, to UP se ho. So I didn't like that people just mentioned. I just want to develop that neutral accent. So if you have any suggestion and tips for that, ma'am.
There is no problem in Indian accent, to be very honest.
Mm,
Indian accent is completely excellent and
mm,
beautiful.
mm,
But problem comes when people start faking their accent. For that, right, to fade away that kind of effect or that mother tongue effect, the best policy is to follow native speakers. I strictly make it a point to watch only native episodes, English episodes, only listen to English podcasters, native speakers,
mm,
and I always watch and listen to English songs. So this is very important. Whenever I listen to English songs, because English is not my language, it
mm,
is not possible for me to understand each and every word of the lyrics, right? It is not possible for me. For that, I only choose those English songs where the you can say the uploader has provided the subtitles.
mm.
So
That is
these
very
are the
important. Mm,
important, yes, trick
mm,
sentence that I follow on the regular basis.
mm,
That is very sure on my part that I always watch English series. I
mm.
always listen to podcasters who are native speakers who have that kind of accent. In Indian speakers also, we have Shashi
Yeah.
Tharoor,
Mm.
we have Palki Sharma. These
Palki,
are
I
my
love that
favorites.
girl.
Yes. So
Mm,
listen to them. Just select your two, three speakers, maybe native or Indian. But their
mm.
accent and pronunciation should be completely perfect and 100% accurate.
Yes.
Accuracy and fluency are two different things.
Mm,
People want to be a good speaker at the same time, they don't worry about being accurate. To be accurate, it is very important what your ears want to listen. See, you want to speak 100% accurate English, but what are you listening to?
mm.
Right?
Yes,
That is very important.
very important.
You
So,
will give what you receive.
mm,
So program your brain in that way.
mm,
Definitely, you will learn. And the easiest method to learn this language within a quick span of time is tongue twisters. Just select two to three tongue twisters of your favorite choice. Whenever I have a seminar, whenever I have to deliver my speech, I always make sure to repeat one single tongue twister at least 10 to 15 times before hitting the stage. Yes,
mm,
because you have to reprogram your brain. I
mm.
am speaking my language before 5 minutes, but after 5 minutes, I need to speak in English. So I have to reprogram, to reset my brain. To reset the brain,
Mm,
just make it a point of fastly. You have to just say it very fast. Tongue
mm.
twister. Any one tongue twister of your choice. Keep on
So,
repeating
so you will get clarity whenever you use that tongue twisters. Your expressions and your clarity would be more there. It would be understood
it.
to each
Yes.
and everyone in audience, because sometimes which word I am using, maybe it's not very clear. So it makes sure your words would be clear. So, ma'am, in very quick, because we don't have much time now, I think almost 3 minutes or 2 and 30 minutes, 2 and 30 seconds. So I would like to ask you any quick tip which you want to share to our beginners, which may benefit them. Any quick tips for the beginners, ma'am?
Mm. For
Shadowing
the
technique,
beginners.
one technique, ma'am. We are talking about it.
Yes,
What is
yes,
your
yes.
opinion on that?
Yeah, shadowing technique is one of the sure shot technologies that you can acquire. You can follow shadowing technique. Apart from them, for the beginners community especially, just look around you and pick any two to three objects, simple objects, and start describing them. Very simple topic, very simple sentences, right? For it, like an apple. An apple is red in color. It is
Yes.
beneficial for health. I eat an apple daily. So make simple sentences, short and simple. Don't fall for long and complex
Mm,
sentences for the beginners. Otherwise, it depends on your level. What is your level? And accept your level, start working for the next level. That
mm.
is the tip that I want to give you.
And ma'am, one more thing about beginners, they are just so much fall for the grammar in starting. Like they are studying only grammar, and they don't start speaking, which is very important. If you want to be a good speaker and you just want to master this language, you should start speaking. But they just indulge in the grammar, and they like, once I mastered the grammar, I will be a good speaker. What is your opinion on that?
No, that is not true. If you are a beginner, you want to start speaking this language, listen as much as you can, right? You have to immerse yourself in your initial days. Slowly and gradually, you can just take some chapters, you can just worry about grammar. Otherwise, if you're a beginner, listen to the podcast, or you can watch cartoon channels because they are uploaded for little children.
Yes, yes,
That is that is, you can say, bombastic. Just
yes. That is
watch
something
cartoon
awesome, ma'am.
channels.
Mm, mm,
Yes, but again, native speakers.
mm.
Again, native speakers
Native
like Tom
speakers.
and Jerry or
Mm.
Peppa Pigs
Peppa
or
Pig.
any of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but you have to grasp each and every material in English from native speakers. That is the only thing that I can
For the accent and for the
give the tip
pronunciation.
I mean to the beginners.
Yeah.
Yes, pronunciation is very important. If you are
Mm.
killing English with your poor pronunciation, and nobody will be attracted towards your English, that is very important, and that is most the biggest problem nowadays. I'm just you can say that I'm just seeing around me that people they want to learn this language without caring about the pronunciation. English is